Okay, so we've gone through everything. There's endless amount that we can actually talk about with writing in Unreal, but I feel like we captured quite a bit. So just as a recap, this is definitely watch if you have not seen it, it's attached with this, so you can watch the entire thing, the short, and kind of recap on everything that we actually went over, and how we actually got from point A to point B. Which, to recap, there's the thinking when you're actually coming up with a concept, a story, is really understanding what you're going to make and write it down. Don't just jump into making something until you find it. You have to start with something. So, what's I think always important is you jot down your ideas and you write them as often as they come up. And as you develop, then you always make notes. Put together kind of a notebook of some sort that basically says, "Hey, these are the things that are working. These are the things that aren't. Here's where the story's going." And then you can lay it out. Storyboards are always another great way to, if you have that capacity to do that. We didn't even have time on this one to do storyboards, so and that's actually kind of the beauty of, like, if you just have if you have a good idea, or you have it written down, then you understand what you actually have to make before you jump into Unreal. So starting there is important, writing it down, and then starting to build the components. And like I said, the first thing right after I write something is I'll put together like a quick explorational part of creating the world. What does that world look like? What do I want to tell? I don't want to get too complicated with it, but I want to start getting ideas. So putting together a teaser, kind of a lookbook, in a way, is in a video format inside Unreal, rendering that out, and is a good place to start. And then from there, like, it'll answer some questions. After that point, then it's building your world, like we went over, the world itself. So creating that world, what is that world that you want to create? Interiors, the world that we're flying into. Start building it, and light it. Start messing around with it. Start building your characters, and if you have the capacity to with a mocap suit, I highly recommend it. XN is my favorite. The gloves we used were Stretch Sense gloves, and we're now getting into face wear. But when it comes to faces, I have a feeling we'll still have to do some keyframing as we move forward. Start building all the components that you're going to need, that that you just wrote down for your story. Start doing a rough previs once you get all those components. And with the previs, again, like, I think what was very helpful is we had mocap, we had animation. I didn't actually have to have animators, animate each part of it at the beginning. It was like, get in a suit, mocap it. Even if you don't have the capacity to get in a suit, there's a lot of mocap data out there. There's also the library through the marketplace that has a lot of mocap, and I've used that before just as placeholders to help just kind of get your idea across. Start to lay out each shot, now after you've built all your components. And, it doesn't have to be finished, like you saw the previs that I showed you where it was kind of rough. And then as you go, it just keeps getting finessed. It's really a process. I feel like it's an explorational process, and in a lot of ways you're designing and you're writing as you're going. That is the beauty, because you're not, once if you look at building all the components, and you have a rough idea what your story is, it's like taking you and a small crew to location, and in some ways you're improvising at the beginning to find what you need. And that's not necessarily the best for every filmmaker. This is just the way I did the eye. And I actually had a lot of fun. And again, I was the director writer, producer, did all the lighting and everything that's you see in this. So it's like I mean, obviously a lot of my team helped me with assets and even some of the facial stuff, the eyes and stuff, the expressions and stuff were helped with a cubic motion, which is great. They're very talented. They're part of Epic. They helped last minute give us, the expressions needed to bring her eyes to life. But the recap again is like write up your idea, start building it in pieces, start putting the cameras in. If you can put some if mocap in there for movement, if you can't afford that, then you can just move your character animated. But I think it's always even put a place holding character that you can get off the marketplace that has a rig already set up is a good place to start too. And I've done that before. You plow forward. You kind of keep finding things as you start to build and edit, light and render, and you find the story you want to tell and how you want to tell it. Again, looking at reference and inspiration, always important. Educate yourself on every aspect of filmmaking. What makes a good story? What makes a good edit? What makes good lighting? What makes great composition? Having areas that fall off in lighting to complete shadows. So you just focus on the what's important to your story. Especially for like what's great about this story is it's very moody and creepy, scary, and also sci-fi, and it had a ton of fun just making it all, bringing it all to life. And this all took 6 weeks. Again, I mentioned it before, but it's something to think about, like what you're seeing here. A small, tiny group put this together with myself and finished it in 6 weeks, and it's something that I'm personally proud of, and I feel it tells a fun story, a very Twilight Zone type of story, and and it's actually won awards, which is we've entered it in a lot of film festivals. It's starting to win awards. It's now just starting to make its rounds around the festival. So probably by the time you see all this, it's probably got a lot more awards. So so I feel very proud, and it's an achievement that me and my team, I feel, accomplished something that we seeked out to do in a short period of time. And hopefully, again, like I haven't given all the technical details of how to use Unreal, and I feel like that's not what this course is about. This course is really about a filmmaker talking about his process using Unreal Engine 5 to create the story. And hopefully I achieved that, and hopefully you gain something from this, watching this, hearing how I'm seeing, how I made this, how it was put together. There's so much that I wasn't able to put into this because there's so much that goes into it. This is a labor of love, a lot of hours put into it, a lot of time, and this is just the beginning for us, and hopefully it's one of those things that's the beginning for you guys too out there. So hopefully this was educational, inspirational, and hopefully you gained something. And I can't wait to see what you create out there using Unreal Engine 5. All right, till next time, thank you.